Hey there, and welcome back to Utility Sports Plus. In today's video, we are covering some Budda Baker trade packages that very well could happen. The rumors have been out that Budda Baker wants out of Arizona, and I do not blame him with the current situation going on. I think it makes sense for Arizona to go ahead and really kind of ascend into a rebuild. This is a team that has some big looming decisions to make at the quarterback position. A couple of the other positions on the roster need some major work and overhaul, and I think right now is the prime time to trade a guy like Budda Baker, who has been the complete heartbeat of this defense, which it would be tough to see him go. However, I think there are some pathways here where they can potentially improve. Ideally, not trading away a Pro Bowl level safety is ideal in any fashion, but at the end of the day, this is a team that has to find some ways to improve and really have guys there that are going to fit the timeline for them. Granted, Budda Baker is still young and in his prime, but I do believe that they are going to be looking in a different direction, in my opinion. Now, if we start off with the first team here, we have the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans could offer up here a 2024 second round draft choice as well as a fifth round pick. Houston's a team, not only do they have available money right now so they can really secure him long term, they can also go ahead and afford to trade some of their picks. I think Houston is in a really good position long term with where they're at. They have their franchise quarterback, they have a defensive cornerstone in Will Anderson, they have Derek Stingley on the back end of that defense. There's a lot of positives here for DeMeco Ryans heading forward. This is a good position to be in. I think trading for a guy like Budda Baker, an experienced back half of the defense kind of guy, really, really good at roaming, good in the box, good ball skills. He possesses everything that you're looking for a seasoned veteran that can really get the job done. So I think Houston is making a positive move here, trading for a young Pro Bowl level safety. That is the key here. In terms of an actual fit, DeMeco Ryans is going to find a lot of different ways for him to go ahead and be a chess piece on defense. That is the key when looking at his potential fit, what he can do. DeMeco Ryans in the past has been able to use safeties very effectively across multiple defenses, especially in San Francisco. This guy knew how to utilize his safety. So Houston is a potential landing spot. The next landing spot, we shoot over to Chicago. Looking at this, the Cardinals would be receiving a second round draft pick. The Bears would be trading or receiving a Budda Baker as well as a sixth round draft choice. I think this makes some sense as well. Chicago is another team that has been pretty aggressive, not only in free agency, but also in the draft. Moving down from pick number 1 was a big stepping stone and a franchise corner altering move that could definitely move the needle, in my opinion. Looking at what the Bears have across their roster on offense is pretty exciting. You have Justin Fields, you have a lot of other guys to build around currently, and they can continue to build that foundation moving forward. You look at defensively, there's a lot of playmakers still on this defense, but it's something that they had to do a little bit of reshaping, which has opened up the door for an opportunity at the safety position. I love this for the Chicago Bears, getting a guy like Budda Baker who's going to be a true difference maker. And to me, this NFC North is very winnable for every team in the division. There's no perennial powerhouse in there. You have Green Bay, who is in a transitional period. The Minnesota Vikings are also in a transitional period where they lost a lot of their key veterans and free agency. And the Detroit Lions, who are an ascending team that very well could be the division winner, and I think that will be true. But Chicago still has an opportunity to potentially go from worst to first. Although I don't deem it likely, I wouldn't be completely shocked if this is one of those teams that is the fun story at the end of the year, that they made a big push from last year into this year. So Chicago here is another destination. Following that up, we have Jacksonville. Jacksonville here, I just see this being a 2024 second round pick in exchange for Budda Baker. Jacksonville's in a position here where I think they could be looking to upgrade on defense. More specifically at that safety spot, I look at Andre Cisco as a piece that is going to be able to stick around on that back end. terrific in coverage, great ball skills, and that is perfect for that free safety spot. But looking at a guy like Budda Baker being that strong safety makes a lot of sense. Now, there's going to be some people saying, hey, they have Kreeshawn Jenkins currently under contract. Why would they do this? You're looking to upgrade over Kreeshawn Jenkins for a Pro Bowl level player, a heartbeat of a defense, a guy that brings so much more than what the stat sheets just indicate. He's a passionate player, and it is exactly what this kind of team would need in terms of, progressing deeper into the postseason. They had a magical run last year where they ended up beating the Chargers in a game they definitely didn't deserve to be in, especially in that first half. But at the end of the day, they were competitive against Kansas City, and that's all you can really ask for. The strides that this team has taken from having back-to-back number 1 overall draft picks to now a playoff team, hopeful again this year. Tremendous strides have been taken by Doug Peterson and this staff, and I fully expect that to continue. Trent Baalke has to be ready here in order to pull the trigger and make a move. He has been aggressive once again in free agency, making trades. This is the MO for Trent Baalke. He built a very, very competitive couple of seasons in San Francisco, and he's trying to do the same thing here in Jacksonville, led by the franchise quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville was aggressive in trading for Calvin Ridley. I expect the same to be true potentially with a guy like Budda Baker being possibly available for them. And now finally, we get to the final team, and the final team is probably the most intriguing to me. This is the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions have done a tremendous job turning around their entire franchise outlook. Now, moving on from a guy like DeAndre Swift was a big move, in my opinion. It was kind of admitting like, okay, we're going to go ahead and move forward with a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, get the 5 years in terms of what his contract value is going to be. This team is loaded across the board. Now they feel very confident in Jared Goff's play. They feel confident in the run game, the receiving room that they like. Defensively, there's a lot to be desired, to be completely transparent. Them and the Minnesota Vikings have the 2 worst defenses in the entire NFL last season. And Detroit tried to make some strides here. So credit to them getting a guy like Jack Campbell in that second level of their defense. Now Budda Baker could be a back half security blanket for them. He fits the culture. He fits exactly what they're trying to do. So I love this move for the Detroit Lions, trying to make some tremendous strides going forward. I love exactly with where they're at. So overall, they have a lot of talent across the board. Every level of that defense now has a playmaker or 2. This is going to continue to get scary. Dan Campbell is looking for a tough, competitive guy to, really be able to win at the line of scrimmage. He can do a lot of different things. He's a chess piece. He's not a scheme-dependent player. He can be put into a lot of different roles within a defense and be effective at it, and potentially, once again, come away with another Pro Bowl nod. This guy is legit. Budda Baker is one of those players that we have to continue to keep our eye on moving forward because he is a ball player. This is a fun guy to watch on the market. I think we have to consider him as one of the top players available. There's a lot of players available currently, in my opinion, in the trade market. Dalvin Cook being another one of those guys, but Budda Baker could definitely make some noise. So if you did enjoy the content here today, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more NFL content. Also, leave a like on today's video if you want to see more of what we're currently producing here at Utility Sports Plus. I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports Plus video.